Hey guys, it's me, Craw-Tastic here, and decided to do something different for today. We are ranking every Outcome Memory character so far. And I know it's surprise, oh, Outcome Memories? Aren't you in my Singing Monsters channel? I want to do more to my Singing Monsters. As you see with the last post I did, it was Outcome Memories centric with a fan-made LMS. With one of many characters I have made because I have too much free time. Anyways, I'm ranking specifically all the characters. The maps maybe maybe I will do next time. But starting off with 2011X. Honestly, since his buffs, I'd say he's a solid B tier. Mainly because I feel like if he's used correctly, which this will go for a lot or a couple of characters, if he's used correctly, he is a beast. But if you're like relatively new to the game and you're kind of stuck using him as EXC, it's going to be a hard time for you. That's why he's not like A or S. Like, he doesn't really feel like too powerful, but not too weak either. He's not the punchy bag as he used to be in point or version 1. He can be, but that goes for these two as well. Which, speaking of which, Colossus. Okay, out of the three killers, Colossus feels the best or most balanced besides his grab. Grab is not balanced whatsoever. It is too big of a hitbox, but everything else feels right. Like if they or once they eventually get back on the game, because it's shelved and all that, but yeah, once they fix his grab, he would probably be moved up to S tier because he's fun to go against, fun to play as. I would ask someone else because I don't really play EXE because I'm going from experiences of going against instead of going or playing as, because I don't do killers in ASIM games. Never have, never will. Tails doll. I'll be honest, it's broken here. It would be an S tier. But I'm putting it in C tier because I'm putting this in how fun they are to go against, since I've been bringing that up. Tripwire is so annoying to go against. It is not even funny. Like, I'm not one to usually get mad at games like this unless it just feels that wasn't supposed to happen. Tripwire does not feel fun. Tripwire just feels way too broken. They should probably release it in the hotfix instead of having Fleetway, because Fleetway was more done, I think. But eventually, when they do come to the game, once they come back to the game and fix Tripwire up, maybe could be better because she's supposed to just be mainly a trapper, not a rushdown trapper. That's basically putting 2011X on steroids. Except for not having any Invis tech, but you have Mind tech. Anyways, now on to the survivors. Now Sonic. He's not S tier. He's not that busted. Honestly, I'm going to put him in... He's an A tier. How I put these, like, let's say Knuckles is also in here. Doesn't mean that Sonic's better. It's just... They're the same level. But Sonic He's not too hard to figure out what to do. There's tech stuff with the speed or peel out plus drop dash combo. Like, he's not too hard to learn. He's fun to play as if you are playing him right. And or the killer is not necessarily cracked at the game, or the player that is the killer of the round, but he is pretty good. Now, Knuckles. Knuckles, at first for me, was like the character, no, don't play, because he has a learning curve, as do a couple other survivors do. Plus, technically, all the killers. But Knuckles is also an A tier. Like, he's not S tier because, again, that learning curve. But once you figure out how to like land hits a lot consistently and use glide properly for when the game wants to actually let you, he's really fun to play. Especially stopping charges with the counter, or reducing a lot damage with the punch and then stunning them once it's charged up. Okay, Tails. Honestly, I see people usually put, oh, he's in D tier, he's in the lowest tier or C tier because he sucks. Y'all just ain't playing him right. Like, Tails is not supposed to be right by the EXE. He's supposed to be kind of hidden. Well, that kind of is hard because, one, invisibility, teleporting, can see him while invisible, the radar, and then be able to do the indicator. But Tails, I would say, is B, just because it's kind of hard to learn how to play him right, which is another of the characters that fall into this. But once you learn how to like position yourself, keep away from the EXE, use glide correctly, I'll say Tails can be really good. Like, really, really good. But he's not like S tier because, again, learning curve similar to Knuckles. Now, Amy. I'm going to say Amy, ever since point 2, has become a D tier. I'm going to be honest. Like, it feels like they shadow nerfed her somehow. Even though that's probably not the case. She does not feel fun to play as, and feels like she needs to get buffed or reworked. Because I did testing with this as well. Amy has too much RNG on her to be a possible winner. And there's also Colossus blocking hammer throw, tripwire as a whole. But yeah, until they like buff her when they get back to the game, she's gonna, for me, be at D tier. Like, yeah, you know how to play her correctly, you are cracked at the game, you could be a menace, but Amy does not feel balanced in the bad way. Or, I mean, she does not feel balanced, but not in like, oh my god, she's OP. It's like, oh my god, she needs buffed. Now Blaze. Honestly, Blaze, I would say, is S tier because it's basically like Knuckles, but better. But I usually do Knuckles more, just of Colossus, because of the counter to deal a charge or to do good stuns. Blaze is a lot less of not, or doesn't have a learning curve similar to Knuckles, You just got to learn to aim right with the roundhouse kick and then also chaos spear. But flamethrower is pretty good, I would say. But yeah, don't mind the ad down here. I would have an ad blocker on to get rid of that, but YouTube. Now Silver. People say he also is kind of S tier. Mainly since, from what I've seen, like, I suck at Silver, so this is mainly me seeing from like YouTube videos of people doing LMSs, seeing like this dude can loop you. He can stall you. He is nuts. Hopefully they can eventually learn to, or not learn, eventually when they do come back to the game, like I said many times, they can balance him to make him more fair towards the EXEs. His 2011X is the best one out of the three. Mainly because of charge. Tripwire is below that because you can stop the fight, but other than that, unless you're able to get like mines set up in places where Silver will most likely land most of the time, you're gonna have a hard time. And Colossus just has a hard time in general. Now Cream. I'll say it. Cream feels like S tier. Like, especially from what I've seen. I don't do Cream that much, but when I do relatively good. Like, Cream can be good if you can loop. Like, if you can loop, then she is good. That's why there's a meme with Cream LMS with Last Man Standing. Because Cream can be a beast. Now, I'm going to do Eggman before Metal just since I want to talk about Eggman. Because Eggman, I play the most, so I know him, or know his kit the most out of all of them. I know, basically, it usually goes Eggman, then Knuckles, then Metal, than what I usually play. Then the rest are just up for grabs, if these three are taken. Eggman, even though he got a little nerfed since point 2, actually not doing the sorting thing, Eggman is still, like, you can rage bait with him so much. Like, it is so fun to play as Eggman. Again, thought I heard something. But anyways, back to this. Like, Eggman is so fun to play as. With the, get a load of this. Like, with his shield. Like, there's been so many times that I use shield and the EXE's waiting to, like, or to go down to attack. And just get randomly stunned by a Knuckles or a Sonic. Like, that happens so many times, it is funny. Then, of course, after the shield goes down and they're stunned, I just jetpack boost away, because Eggman ain't supposed to be at the front lines. Sure, he's supposed to rage bait and all, have him, EXE chase him so he can loop him, or her if you're Tripwire. But Eggman is so fun to play as. Now, Metal would be S tier as well if it wasn't for the fact that he can't stun stack. It makes sense, but people like to steal stuns from Metal, preventing from the longest stun in the game being used. Preferably Amy. Then it goes Sonic, and then sometimes Knuckles. Tails is the only other one with, like, one of the best stuns besides Knuckles' charged punch. Like, these three, like, if it goes Metal, then Tails' beam, then Knuckles' charged punch, and then technically Sonic's spin dash because stun stack. Because I've seen Tails stun stack with these two, even though he doesn't have the unstoppable passive, unless they were given that. Because, Team Sonic. That's still. No, if you're able to land stuns right, and be consistently healed up to 150 HP after you do the first charge or get grabbed, or Colossus decides to go after you because you're metal, or goes for any EXE, you'll be a beast against the executioners. But anyways, that's my survivor list. Might do maps, might not, don't know. Just wanted to do survivors because I generally want to at least talk about this game a little bit, because Outcome Memories is fun, but there's just so much issues with bugs, with cosmetics not working, balance issues, etc. But people who play Outcome Memories know that, but that's not on the devs. That comes with the game. Or the balancing is kind of on the devs, but again, I'm pretty sure this is their first ever huge game, so they just have to learn how to do, or just learn from everything. But anyways, that's my tier list. So if you like this, or let me do the whole YouTube thing. If you like this video, well, like it, and then subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you when I upload whenever. Have a Craw-Tastic day.